dynamically update the titles. So let's go in here, make a new branch. I'm going to call it Nav Bar and titles. And we'll go to our local project, clear this out, run git fetch to have access to that new branch. And then we'll do git checkout Navbar and titles. So now that we have that, let's just clear out what we have for our home page, because that's not really helping us out much. So okay, so we got rid of all this. All we have is that sign out link because that's in the application controller. So let's see what we want to do here. I want to make a partial for the header or for the nav bar. So where can we do that? I'm going to do that under, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it shared. And then in here, I'm going to do navbar.html.erb. And then what I'm going to do is go over to Bootstrap. I'm just going to copy their demo code and paste it into here. And then under the application layout, we're actually going to add it in here. And I can do that by doing render partial shared and then navbar. And you'll notice I didn't do the underscore here, and that's just Rails convention. It knows to look for this file. So if we save that, go back to our app, refresh, we should see hopefully that nav bar. And we are not seeing it, and it's because partial needs to have the colon after it. So easy mistake. Okay, so we get this in here. This is good. I want to actually no, this is good. This is semantic, so we have nav there. So I want to change this to stride catcher. And then in here, let's see here. Well, actually, so this link does nothing. So what we really want to do is probably do a link to caps lock is on. A link to stride catcher root path, and then pass in this class right here. So we have that. We can keep this button the way it is. We don't need this home link because that will bring, the user can already go home by clicking on this. But what we do want to do is we want to create a sign in and sign out and registration links. So let's see here. Take some of this stuff out. So we can wrap this in. If there's a current user, we'll do link to, well, actually, you know what? It might be more fun if we do it with a drop down. So let's see here. Let's wrap that off. So do my account. This should be all the same, and then in here we can add, let's see here. Okay, so what we can do, add a link to, this will go to their profile. edit user registration path, and the other link will be sign out, which would be destroy user session path, and I think we need to do method delete. But before I get too far, I need to see, you have to add these classes in here. So drop down item, so if the current user, if there is a current user, they see this. If they're not, we want them to be able to sign in or register an account. So I'm just gonna use this markup here. So then it should be linked to create an, or I'll just do sign up, and that'll go to new user registration path. Gonna add a class of nav link, and then I'll also do login, which would be new user session path. You can get rid of this form because I know we don't need that. And let's just see how this looks. I also want to go ahead and indent this real quick. Okay, back to stride catcher. Okay, so I think I destroy user registration path. I wanted to do destroy user session path. Okay, so we have my account. If I click that, we get this, and sign out. So actually, instead of, I'm gonna change this to my profile, and instead of my account, let's do edit my account. And then I do want to make this so it's to the right hand of the screen. Okay, I think we also want to add drop down menu right to this. If you go to the page, refresh. Okay, so what I did was on the drop down section, I added drop down menu right. I also removed, there was a margin right auto on this element, I removed it. And then I added justify content end to this div right here. Let's just see how that works on mobile. So we can probably tweak those styles a little bit better. But for now, I think this is a good working state. The next thing I want to do is just actually dynamically update this title. Right now it says stride catcher, but it'd be nice if we could append things like this into the title. But before I do that, let's make a commit here. So this is going to be add Nav Bar. Now if we go into our application controller, this is where the title is, no surprise there. But we can use what's called a content for block, and we can dynamically update that title. I just want to look into this real quick. So, okay, so let's do a quick test here. So we're under users edit. So if I go into app, views, devise, registrations, and then finally edit, you have this. I think if I do, we want to do a content for block. I'm just going to copy this to save some time. So content for, we don't need that. So content 4, I'm going to call it title. And then from there, what we can do is an application controller, or sorry, the application, we can run an if statement. So content 4, okay, so let's just get this real quick. So if content 4, and then you do the name of that particular block. So we'll do this. This is not super dry. That's okay for now. I just want to get it into a working state. You can always clean it up later. So if we have content for that, then we can yield the title in here with a space and a pipe. So I think this should work. Okay, so count is up there, but if I sign out, oh, it looks like I spelled method wrong. Refresh the page. Well, let's see here. So sign out, or we'll do it from here. Sign out. Okay, signed out successfully. Oh, these aren't looking too good either though, huh? These are stacked on top of each other. So I'm gonna go to Nav Bar. Oh, it's because I have them wrapped in one thing here. I want to have 2 list elements. So we have a sign up, log in, and you can see the page title is still stride catcher, but I can go into some of those pages right now. And let's do, so new registration. I'm just going to copy it from the edit registration. Just going to call it sign up, which you should see here. I'll leave it there for now. I'm not going to go through every single page and add a title. I just kind of more wanted to show that. And then finally we can get rid of these guys here. So where are those? These links right here. Refresh the page. So we're in a good spot now. And then this should be a link. Cool. Let's just commit some of this. So first let's go ahead and commit. Commit that nav bar change. So adjust nav bar markup. Save that. Then everything else I think was just adding dynamic titles. Save that. Run git push, and we should be in good shape. Next thing I want to just do is go over to a repository, and we can merge this in. So I'm just going to say build Nav Bar and dynamic page titles. Create that pull request. And then I'm going to squash and merge this, just clean this up, merge it, and then we'll go ahead and delete this branch.